Woo! All right. Medical Monday, everybody. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to address one of the many questions that we hear from the community who have had surgery, and that would be surgery from a dissection. And that's um, what kind of monitoring happens and what type of follow-up can I expect after surgery? And explained on page 49 of Aortic Dissection, the patient guide. So if you guys have your guide or you have it downloaded, I'm referencing page 49. In the first year after your aortic dissection, you're probably going to have one or more CT or MRI scans. It's really checking your entire aorta. They're going to check the whole thing, make sure that uh, if you had a graft, that everything's healing properly, everything's flowing properly, that you're profusing your blood through the true lumen, and that you maybe are have thrombosis or clots forming in the false lumen, which is a good thing, right? So you might visit a cardiologist, and some people might only see their surgeon. But when you go to the cardiologist, you're going to have echocardiograms. And you probably already knew this because I think most of us have an echo every time we go to the cardiologist. That job is to take a look at your heart and see how it's handling the surgery, because sometimes people develop AFib or some types of irregularity in their heart rhythms. A lot of us end up having our valves spared, and instead of having to have them replaced during dissection surgery, so they're taking a look at your heart function and how well your valve is opening and closing. Um, and really just that first part of your aorta, and as well wherever you had your graft put in to replace or to reinforce the aorta. And you're usually going to have a blood work check, pressure check, your ECG to double check your rhythms. So there's a couple different things that may or may not happen, but some of the things are standard. An EKG, very standard. Blood pressure check, very standard. Oxygen level, heart rate, all very, very standard with your cardiologist. The other tests, echo could also be cardiology. CT or MRI would be issued by a cardiologist or a surgeon, and that would happen someplace else. In your subsequent years following, it's very normal to have these types of tests ordered annually. Aortic dissection is a condition that's going to require lifelong monitoring. This is not a one and done. And I think what we find is in some communities, they think, I'm done, I'm fixed, and they tend to not go back. Now, this could be cultural, it could be financial, but you are going to have to go back. And if a doctor ever says, you're good, I don't need to ever see you again, run and go find another doctor, because this does require lifelong monitoring. It's very important that they check your aorta to make sure that everything is okay. You should not miss your routine scans and appointments. And here again are some of the tests that you can expect to have. CT, I say MRI because some people don't really want all the radiation. There may be a comorbidity or a second issue, and the radiation's just not great for them. Others might be allergic to the dye, and if the physician is more comfortable using a dye, they may switch them to an MRI and an echo. The results of these scans and these tests are going to be reviewed by the team that's caring for you and will be explained to you at your appointment. So first thing to also understand is you're going to get a result. If you're like some of us who are fanatics, we just want to see the results right away. And those results are read by the radiologists. And radiologists tend to read things very differently than your surgeon or your physician. Surgeons will actually put the scan up on a much larger screen, and they physically measure it themselves. So when you get these results back from CT or MRI or echo, please don't give a lot of weight to the measurements that you see, because you're not the surgeon that's looking at it, making that determination when they feel an intervention would be best suited. So take a look at it, sure, put together your questions, but wait until your doctor comes back and presents to you, is it time or is it not time, and what type of intervention will there be? So be prepared with your medical questions. So that's basically in a nutshell to answer some of these questions we hear about. All right, now I've had surgery, what do I expect moving forward? We took that right out of page 49 from Aortic Dissection, the patient guide, which if you don't have a copy, feel free to go to the front page of our website, resources, or Hope Shop, and you can download a copy for free right there or order a copy. That's your Medical Monday. Everybody that's joined us. There we go.
Good job, Karen.